Alright, I'm going to finish up the video by talking a little bit about your Office 365 for Business accounts that we've created for you and that you have access to starting today. What you can do is you can go to our district homepage and you can scroll down the page right here to where it says Office 365. When you do that, you'll come to this screen right here and you're going to enter in your username and password. Now your username is the exact same that you use to log on to your device, but you're going to put @SSIS. So the key to it is that you have that right there put at the end of your computer username. Then enter your password and click sign in. Once you've signed in, you're going to come to your email. Now some of you may go to this screen right here. It just depends on which one your account is set up automatically to go to, but most of them will go straight into email. What I need to do now is make sure you understand a couple things. You can come and change your profile information and get into your settings and everything else up here. What you need to understand right now is that when you're using these accounts, you are not, I repeat, you are not needing to change the information that's in your profile. There is no reason for you to mess with it, and there's no reason for you to dig around and do things other than the basic things that you need to do here. What we need to have you understand is how to get to your email and some basic things that can go on. So if you click the little waffle icon up here in the upper left hand corner, you'll see the things that you have access to. Now I have certain things that you won't see, like the admin panel and some other things. But real quickly, here's where you can go to get your email. Now right now your email is set up to only be able to communicate between teachers and students. There is no student-to-student communication with this email account. Your calendar, and right here is your OneDrive. Those are going to be the three things that are the most important. But notice that you also have a Word Online, an Excel Online, and a PowerPoint Online piece. Now those are important because that's how I'm going to recommend that you start any new programs or any new documents that you're going to create. You can go back here to the calendar and you can make appointments on here. It's really convenient to keep track of your assignments for classes, and you go right up here to the upper left hand corner where it says new, and you can click on that and create new appointments, schedule things like tests and quizzes. And probably the most important piece is this OneDrive. Now this is OneDrive for Business. If you set up a OneDrive, or if you set up a personal Microsoft account on your device, you're also going to have access to a personal OneDrive account. This is what I'm going to refer to as OneDrive for Business though. Now if you're working with teachers, you need to understand you do not need to be using your personal accounts to send stuff back and forth with teachers. They're not going to be able to find those email addresses and things like that as easily. So you need to work within this system when you're communicating with teachers and other students. Now you can share in OneDrive and you can share documents with students and do the things that you might need to do in a dynamic way to work in your classes and things that we'll be working on with teachers throughout the next several weeks. When you've clicked on OneDrive though, what you have here now is you have an online cloud storage system. So this is similar to Dropbox if you've used that, or Gmail, or you have Google Drive. So this is storage. This is a file folder system that lives in the cloud out on the internet, and you can use this to save stuff. You can save up to 1 terabyte of information, which is a ton. So understand that you don't want to save documents to your desktop or to your C drive on your device. You want to save them to OneDrive for Business, or this OneDrive that's attached to this school account. And you want to also save it to your X drive. If you save to both places, you should be pretty safe on knowing that you're going to be able to find your stuff. Now the nice thing about this is your X drive you're limited to only being able to access when you're on campus. But when you're off campus, anything that you've saved here in the OneDrive you can access as long as you have internet access at home or anywhere else that you are. So you take your device home, if you've got stuff saved in here in OneDrive, you're going to be able to find it when you get home and access it. If you save it in your X drive, you will not be able to access that when you get to your house. So just understand that you really want to be working on saving things in here. Now, here's my recommendation to you, and I'll get more into this with your teachers, but anytime you're going to create a new Word document, Excel document, or a PowerPoint document, my recommendation is that you're going to come up here to this New button. Click on that and click on a new Word document. When you do that, to name the document, you click right up here in the center and you just rename it, type in what you want, and it automatically saves when you're working online. Now you can then create your document and type up whatever you need to type, And you can share this, and you could share this with other students. You could share this with your teacher. So if you write a paper, you don't have to even email it. You could just share it with your teacher. And now you can also, right here where it says open in Word, you can open it in the desktop version. So when I click on that, it's going to start opening in the program that's actually installed on my computer. So the desktop version is a program installed on your computer, and it looks like this, just like what you're used to working with. Or you have access to working in the cloud or online, and that's what you're doing when you're working right here. So there's two different versions. Now the nice thing is if you've started your document here in the cloud through OneDrive, when you go back to the desktop version and you go over here and click File Save, it's going to save it back to the cloud automatically for you. So that's why I'm recommending that you do it that way, just for simplicity's sake. And then back here in the online version, I'm going to go ahead and close this. Remember, I don't have to save when I'm working online. If I'm working in the desktop version, I do need to go back to File Save. If I come up here and click File and I don't see Save, then I know at that point I'm not having to worry about saving it. Save As, remember, is what you can do to make another copy of something. Now these other options that you have here I'm not going to go into right now. Just understand that realistically for what you have, they're not very important. I am going to point out one though, and that's this Newsfeed. I'm just going to tell you, you do not need to be messing with this because everyone's going to see it, and we don't want conversations in there that are full of nonsense. So if we start seeing that you're posting things here in the Newsfeed, we're going to go ahead and take up your device from you. Just don't mess with Newsfeed. There's no reason for you to do anything on it. Alright, that's it for this video on trying to get you started with things. Again, we'll follow up with teachers on some other things over the next several weeks, and hopefully by the time you guys come back from the break, you'll be rocking and rolling with these devices.